little bit more complex. I'll try to touch base those, how complex they are with different documentations and different aspects so that you get a fair idea, and also based on that you can motivate students also to uh, take up coding as a serious aspect, not just that uh, based on Gen AI we can the coding aspect is a dying. It's not like that. Okay, to make such a belief, because we are seeing that uh, many of the cases, students are or many people are telling that it is already available. Why shall I think through it? Why shall we do critical thinking on top of it? So we'll go through simple Gen AI based applications, how the things are going, and then we will do a RAG based. Okay, so what shall we do? Start with. So we will start with very simple. Okay, running an app. So this is an Olama. So Olama is one mm, nice, what I will say, system that runs on your machine, local machine. So if you go to Olama in internet, you can know more about Olama. 1 minute. So Olama runs in Windows in your local machine, and it allows you to uh, download open source model in local machine, and you can use it for various use cases, that I will say. And large complex models also you can download, but for that you need a larger machines. Okay, larger GPU, larger machine. Like DeepSeek is open source, but to run it, you need a huge computes. Okay, so this one only the Olama. There, this I have already it in my system, and I have also couple of models. So these are different models so that you can download and you can play around those model. Okay, so we will try some of the models which I have already downloaded. And it is earlier it don't used to give this one. This is a nice easy chatbot, chat assist. So you can go to this one, and here you can select different model. You see these all three models are there. Okay, earlier this interface was not there. We used to do it directly here. Olama. If I say, see, these are the different size of the models. Gemma 2, so Google models is 5.4 GB, and a Llama, that is a 3.2, that is a 2.0, Llama 3.2, and Lava, this one Lava 4.7 GB. Okay, so we will try few of them. Let's see. And Olama, if you want to see what are the models are there, then you can just type this one. This is the list, and Olama. Now, if we type, say, a model name, run, I think, run. So it's the model is getting loaded. It so there is some issue in the terminal. I don't know. Earlier it used to work fine, but yeah, no problem. We will try to run it from this interface. It will work. Hope so. So there is typo, but it shall take care. So there is some error with the CUDA. My GPU, I don't know, it was running fine. Let us try. No, this I have to restart this Olama again. Then only it will work. No issue. We will try some other mechanism. So Ah, so this is again another pin cone. Okay, pin cone is having a vector DB, and this vector DB you can manage again. That can be accessed from other system also from outside, and you can connect it. So this is a simple chat assist that we just within a minute it can be created. We can create another, we can create. Okay, and it what it is having, it's a RAG based system that we have created. We have uploaded few files. Okay. Here is the file that has got this resume. We have uploaded, I have uploaded. Okay, now you can see this resume. Now I need to make a decision that what is this resume about? What is the primary skills of this person? Okay, now if I go there and if I tell, there are two different types of document altogether. I tell that, can you tell me the primary skill of, I'm giving the name of that person because there can be so many things. Or you can tell filter also, filter this resume so it will filter of skill sets, primary skill set of Shubham. Okay, like that way. So it shall give me. So you see, you are getting that response in a very crisp way, and it also give a reference that which there can be different documents. Okay, let us try with uploading another document, and it gives a fair idea. I know personally the associate, he is a Power BI expert, and it has summarized well the skill sets and what has been mentioned. Even if we ask that, let's ask another question and then we will go with another resume upload and then we'll see. And we also can you also tell me uh, about his hobby. So he is having a painting, photography, and drama. These are his hobby, and this is mentioned in this resume also. So it is not hallucinating. It is responding based on that. Now I will ask him something incorrect. That is not there in the data. Let me ask that and wrong question basically. Tell me if he has. Tell me when he went to USA and served as. I'm trying to make such a way so that it hallucinate. Okay, that's the intention I am having to break it. Serve as a software engineer there. Now let's see. Wow. So there is no information in the provided snippet about Shubham Baral going to the US or serving as a software engineer there. So now this is what I was telling. This is the thing that is the advancement with LLM and RAG. This was not to that extent when it was back those days when you used to do a key-based search. Key-based search would have given a result because only one word it may not given that importance, and it would have given an importance of Shubham Badal, okay, and even the software engineer, even this all information is there in the prior history. So just one word may not have got that importance. Okay, but because we have from this context a certain words has given a significant importance. That is the attention that we focus. Okay, so that's why it is responding it correctly, and that is a RAG based. That is the magic of the RAG based system. So with providing reference, it's trying to give as much as possible accurate result. Okay. But again, there are limitations. This model that we are trying is a pretty good model. It is a GPT-4o model. But if we try with some model like Llama and other things, okay, then the result, I will show you the result, how it comes. So you will get an idea and that how the result may come. So this is just a result for the sake of result I am showing. This is a Gemini 2. Okay, we are running Gemini 2 and there are certain parameters. What was the query for this when we are running? The query was, hold on, to generate an ear diagram. Okay, the query was like that, to generate a ear diagram. So when we run it with the GPT-4o, so that time here at the top there will be the query. This is the query that we had. Generate the ear diagrams to mark in markdown format of the data to represent the relationship between entity and the property base. So this was the thing that we have. So there was a corpus. We have loaded the data. I have loaded the data and see where comes the GPT-4o. So it has given lot many information, but there also little bit error is there because I know I have seen the actual data. I know that actual data, but there is little bit error. I try to increase the key values and then more information start flowing up. And even now when I switch to different model, that is the Llama 3.2. Okay, that time, the result with this amount of books, documents to be fetched, and then a search mechanism will happen. That time the result is coming like this, quite elaborative, but there is a problem in this response also. Okay, some of the things what it tells is not available in actual, and so this is a response. But then also Llama 3.2 was okay, sort of response to some extent. It is okay, but you see, it is writing what it is writing. It is writing SQL code. I haven't told to write or create any SQL code. My ask was very simple: ER diagram. Now it has started creating SQL code. So that is a problem, correct? And here also, when you see that this one, it is not a year diagram. Okay, it is something that it is giving a table and then a table on the structure and then something. The ER diagram can, this one is pretty sort of ER diagram. It looks like ER diagram. And in ER diagram, the in Marmot, such type of representation is also there. But these results, the performance of Gemini is far more better than GPT-4o. Okay, I have created Marmot, or whenever we are doing an ear diagram, so it is creating, and we can run that code and we can see that. And also sometime the diagram is also coming in this markdown, so it is quite good. So you can see this is again another model that is a Gemma 2, and here you see what it has done. Gemma 2 is a larger model compared to, but again, it has come up with this representation, which is close to your diagram to some extent. It is in Barmaid, the data structure is good, but you know that when it comes to the explanation, it only talks about three tables. But there are quite more tables inside this. So that were not been captured.
অরেঞ্জ ইয়েলোইশ অরেঞ্জ, আপনি কোন দিকে আছেন দেখুন, মনি সানরাইজ ফেজ লেখা আছে।
Sir, you are not on mute. Okay. So this is just an example that I thought to show that how the limitations really play a important role. And another limitations I will show in terms of the context window. So that is also happening many of the time. That whenever see this one, whenever we are telling that you search within 100 documents and get, okay, then we are getting a context window limitation. Okay, so the request is too large for GPT-4o in organization. Basically, the level of things that we are considering. So enterprise level consideration and to come up with a problem, what is the tire you are using, that all things really matter. It is not only um the LLM, but also LLM is also mattering. And again, apart from that, what is the dimension? Uh, because and what is the further what I say dimension matters, and what is the model type, and along with the services. Say OpenAI we are using. So in OpenAI there can be different services. There can be different tires. Okay, in which tire we are using it. That really matters. Okay. Now, this is again another platform. So this is the Vertex AI. This is for the Google. And here you see this also gives a quite good one. Okay. So here also I tried the same thing. Okay, by uh, putting that document, I was trying to tell me about this is again another different resume. Uh, by putting that resume, I was telling that tell me, help me to evaluate the candidate if fit for data scientist role or not. But I will show you the resume. The resume do not tell exactly that the candidate is a data scientist as such, but based on other aspect, whatever the activity he is doing, that really makes him fit for data scientist. Okay, no doubt on it. So, so this is one of the person. Okay, he starts telling like this way, the computational fluid dynamics. He's one of my friend. So, and uh, basically machine learning expert he tells, but he do not tell himself as a data scientist. Okay, uh, but overall skill set somewhere like PCA, random forest, this tool he has mentioned. Okay, but throughout resume he doesn't claim himself to be a data scientist. Okay, throughout resume it will not be there. So you can search on. See, there is no keyword as data scientist. Okay, but based on the semantic search, the model is quite good, and it is telling that based on the provided resume, person appears to be a strong candidate for a senior data science role, particularly for position in the research, complex modelings, and physics informed machine learning. So this is why the better rather than using traditional NLP process of keyword based mechanism, this is much more intuitive, much more better mechanism to filter something or identify some proper resume like HR and others shall you start using these things rather than just the keyword and other stuff. Okay, that's already a known problem. Many of the folks only believe on keyword and other things. So this is a RAG-based implementation I thought to showcase. And when it goes to LangChain, let me show you that what are the things a little bit of LangChains. See, these are a library. This is a library of LangChain, and it it provides huge support for today's Gen AI, whatever we are seeing. OpenAI has a significant this LangChain, and it's from OpenAI most probably. They have given a tremendous support on it. Okay, the LangChain and their developers, LangChain, LangGraph. Uh, so it's primarily focused. Main first go-to model is OpenAI most of the time by default something. So that's why I think that they are very closely coupled. But other model also it has a support significantly, and they are managing. But the main challenge is that the code that used to run back on the month of January or February may not run now because many of the things has got archived or deprecated. So this is a challenge because they have to manage so many things. Many of the features that was there is no more there. But when you tell Copilot or anybody to generate some code, it will refer those old codes and it will generate it in a very nice way. But when you run with a latest version of Python and so it will not run. So that is again a cons of Gen AI based problem solving. And it is happening for many other places. Okay, that wrong something which is not relevant, it is getting recommended. Okay, so this is one I thought to show you that another is a Pydantic. Okay, so Pydantic is also doing good in terms of structuring, and the Pydantic.ai, it is also a nice framework, and they are also growing, but they are also in an early phase, but they are also growing. Mm. So AI agents and other, you can orchestrate different AI agent through it, through Pydantic, and more proven on better thing that I love it is basically Google ADK. So when it comes to multi-agent, Google ADK is doing a significant good work. Okay, so uh, for enterprise level, Gemini is, I will give a higher rate to Gemini compared to OpenAI for enterprise grade work. But for general work, OpenAI is good, general purpose work. But enterprise level work is far more better. And they have all different things, okay? All different tools and mechanisms it is having. People who are interested can go through it. And when you do these things, so many coding is there. It is nowhere the coding is getting end. There are many codes that need to be developed, and it is there. See, A2A protocol, MCP protocol. So all of these are coding only. These are all Python programs, and only good programmer can understand and write it. Okay, and prompt part is this much only. And I will still debate with many folks, many marketing syndicates who just tell that by writing prompt engineering you can become an AI engineer or something like that. So it is entirely a false claim. Uh, so this structure, each and every structure, each and every part is quite important. All are converting a structure to unstructured, and even the vice versa is quite a critical and quite important when we define this. And again, these all things now, async processing, stream processing, session management, memory management, how to do it efficiently, those really make a difference. This way, this is a trace of a agent that can be checked. So logging mechanism, and again, when you are logging, you have to fetch it, and logging also is not a straightforward. I have to configure it. You have to make it in such a way, go through it. and continuous changing things are there. So this is a brief about the hands-on aspect, that how the things are running. I can so so when it comes to RAG or so, I can show you that how it is little bit a glimpse of code I can show you. So here you see how a RAG based programs have been written here. So these are all programming only, and we have to use different libraries of here LangChain, and by using LangChains and there, this is the phase vector DB that we are using, again OpenAI embedding that we are using, and with Olama that we are using, and then we are running and creating that. So this is a code for text to SQL code. We are generating text to SQL again, and then firing it into the database to get the information. And that is also another aspect, another area of RAG, to do text to SQL and then generate a response from the database. But yeah, the conclusion is that only that good models only perform good in a better way. Not like that Meta has built a Llama 3.2 and it will perform the best. No, it is not like that. So it not all the models are having that goal and purpose. Also, I will not tell that. Uh, so those models are only for general chat purpose or something. So that is important, that whenever we do model selection, then we have to understand what is the purpose for which we are doing this model. Light model is okay for simple chat purpose or something. But when it becomes a contextually heavy and correct, factually correct information, then it becomes a different. Just you want to do a tell a story about something, then it is good to okay with this open source model. But if you ask that no, I want tell me about this medical aspect and tell me about all those things, then again it doesn't make sense for the right model to respond you in a correct way. Okay, so they will not have those information, um, and these light models are not SLM, uh, like many other medpalms is there. There are many other LLM for medical science. There are different dedicated LLMs are there. They I haven't used them because I haven't got yet those scope to work on those domain. Based on domain which we get opportunity, that is the area that we explore more. Okay. So any questions if you have, I can take the questions now. I think I have given a fair idea of RAG and how the model performs, how the different model performs, and how a vector DB and Vertex AI based solutions are there. Okay, here you can do more many things. Okay, I will tell that uh, everybody shall try out this, and this will give a good idea of using. See, this banana model is quite good. Okay, give realistic images and the image correction also. I have tried with one of the case that I can show you. So this was the image condition. Okay, this was the image condition, and from these image conditions, I used banana to correct this image, and it did a pretty good job. Okay, let me search if I can get that image. Sorry, I don't know. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, okay. I don't know,
So,
some mishap has happened. Little bit. 1 minute. I was just showing that how image pre-processing and the image corrections and other stuffs is been done with the quite good way they are doing. Mm,
mm,
that only I was showing. Just give me 1 minute. Show you. Ah, so I will. I'm sharing my screen again back. So you can see my screen.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So the image was this one. Okay. Now from this image, with the nano banana, the image got improved to this one. So significantly similarity you can see on the top part of the hairstyle. Okay, and the shape also it's quite close, a little bit here and there, but yeah, it's very hard to understand this picture. And from here, this also give a little bit young, it's older, okay, little bit older compared to
ও সাড়ে
this.
ছটা পর্যন্ত কন্টিনিউ করবে না?
So, so this is what the different images that you can you can see how it gets improved. And another things I will show you. See, this is again another image that has also got generated from the other image, which was not that good. Let me open that image. So this image. So you see this was the condition of the image and it got converted in little bit complexion here and there is there because I have made Indian origin, so they have considered some little bit of biasness on it. As a prompt wise, you have to pass it much more accurately. But just imagine that how the generative nature and the corrective measures can be taken care. Okay, so that is what I'd like to highlight. And if you have any questions, okay, you can ask me. Then we can have an interactive session also. I know this field is a evolving field, and I'm expecting lot many questions to be coming. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay. In the meantime, I will try to see that if the Olama part start working, and we will try out some code also. Okay. In the meantime, if you have any questions, then I can answer. Hmm.
Sir, are you having any issue?
No, no, I'm expecting some questions or something. I'm trying on the other way on working on it. If we can give some examples, that would be good. I am
Okay.
trying that.
Participants, if you have any question, you can unmute and
And I'd like to show you few things that I don't know. So the how the vector representations look like. Okay, so this is how the vectors look like. Okay, when you say a sentence or a word, when you pass this, the vectors look like this. So these are the vectors, and you can check. We can check the dimension of the vectors. It's quite large, correct? But what I have passed this one. What is our Q1 revenue? This much only. With this information, and just I have done an embedding of it. So if you see this one, if I copy paste this one, and if I open and Excel, just I want to show you the dimension. Okay, I got it. Why it has happened? Because I have copy paste. Ah, so if I select this one, you can see the dimension of it. So in uh, there are defined dimension in case of any embedding. Na? So there are defined dimensions. So here you see that 768. 768 is the dimension of it. So some of the embedding, basic embedding, light embedding, they are doing an embedding of this 768. Some will do, 1572, no, 36. Some will do 11536, and another will do 3072. And if you see that there is also a mathematics inside it, that 786, if I consider 768, it's a multiple of 2. Okay, so this is multiple of 2 basically. So it has increased in that like this way. I don't know the exact, but they have made it in such a way so that it scale up, and for larger dimension, whenever you are solving a larger dimension problem, then you shall go and select those embeddings which support the larger one. Okay. That will give much more accurate result, but computationally it may be heavy. Okay. So this is again one thing, and there are various simple steps to run the Olama programmatically that I will show you. There are simple steps, simple code altogether. See, this is the simple code. I don't know that why my Olama is not running, but it is this basically this piece of code shall run and give. Let me try once here from here, but I know it may not run because the server is down. It is hungry for some CPU, maybe so many window, and MS Team is also consuming the CPU and other stuff. So it is not running. So this is the problem basically what I was mentioning earlier, that they are resource hungry. See, this is not running because they are not getting resources. CUDA, buffered, memory. Uh, since the MS Team is also running and it is consuming significant amount of memory with this camera and other stuff, so it is no more getting much more buffer memory for execution. So this is one of the challenge with running a system. So with dedicated, there shall be a dedicated CPU or dedicated machines through which you can run. Uh, so here you can see this should have provide a streaming facility. Okay, streaming, and if you uh, mention that flash now, so it will provide a streaming facility of text generation. This is a simple code. Okay, there's just a very simple code to work on it, and major codes are there. Okay, these are the basic codes and how we are doing an indexing, how we are creating vector stores. So these all things we are doing here, and this is for the interactive part. How generally assistant we do start an assistant, and then what we do, we take an input. Here we take an input to query, and then once we get this just checking that whether a user has typed exit or not, and then we fire this one uh, and query, so query pipeline, and it pass on the queries there, and then when it goes there again, it has lot many activities that it does. I will try to show you that. Query. This is pipeline one, and
Sir, there is a question in the chat box.
yeah,
Should I
I
read it
am
out?
looking for that. Yeah. I am.
What is the difference between pre-trained and fine-tuned LLM?
Okay. See, this is what happened. I will explain you that many of the time the pre-trained means already it has got a trained with a huge amount of data, and that is a pre-trained LLM. Okay. And when it comes to fine-tuned LLM, that means there are two type of fine-tuning that is possible. One is specific to a domain. When we do a fine-tuning, we can do a fine-tuning by providing more data into it. That is another way of fine-tuning the LLM. And another one fine-tuning is that by doing quantization, or QLoRa is again another terminology, that is a QLoRa. So that you can do as part of fine tuning. Another fine tuning is that if basically if your vector fine tuning in terms of the embedding and other stuff. Say for example, I will show you some example. Okay. For example, some float 32 has been considered for the initial model. Now you want to create a lighter versions with float 8. Okay, then it becomes a lighter model. So that is also a type of fine tuning. Okay, I am scaling it, making it lighter. So that is also a quantization technique. That is a quantization technique. Okay. So that's the little difference. That is the difference between pre-trained and fine-tuned. And when you go into different websites, okay, these are the few of the websites that you can go and you can do a benchmarking here. For example, here for a certain model, you can get a fine-tuned model also. Okay, many people upload different models so on top of quantized model. Let me search. So these are, you can see 8-bit, 9-bit, these are different bytes. Again, you can see 1 byte also here. So, so these are lightweight models from the larger model. These models are squeezed to form a lighter model. See, it will tell like that Meta Llama 3.2 collection of the multilingual language model is a collection of pre-trained and instructor tuned generative models in 13 bytes, 13 billion parameter, sorry, 1 billion parameters to 3 billion parameters. So it has been squeezed. It is not the original model has a more purpose. Okay, another is that there is another library which Olama also support that quantization. So way back I have tried one, and you can create your own language model with the help of quantization in Olama that I have tried. Another was bits and byte quantization. Here definitely we will get quantized LLM. Okay, see this is basically the what I was telling that in lower rank dimension you can reduce the lower rank dimension and also you can reduce the byte. Okay, enable 4-byte quantization. So this is again another, yeah, bits and bytes. Bits and byte is again another package which allows us to reduce the size. And this is again, if you want to go and understand the quantization and fine tuning, which that I was mentioning, you can go through this paper, LoRa efficient tuning of a quantized LLM. So this will give a good idea of it that I was trying to explain. And bits and byte is again another things library that will give a, it's a very easy to do, but yeah, what is the purpose? That is the main thing. Uh, these all things I was telling that intate you can do it. It will reduce the size of the LLM model. Just now the problem that I am having, okay, that it is not running in the CPU because it's a huge compute and it need a larger compute, and I cannot release that memory because other programs are running. Okay, so that becomes a challenge. Now, say this is one of the techniques that you can consider to run a larger model into a smaller compute by reducing the model size. But you can try out this one. This works. Okay. So 8-byte quantization enable large language models with only half the required memory and without any performance degradation. It's telling that performance degradation not, but yeah, to some extent, some places it may little bit here and there, but it's very rare. Compared to the size, the amount of error is very hard to identify because you have to test through many scenarios and many different nitty-gritty, then only you can understand that what is the little difference that is happening. Okay, but generic purpose work, it will no issue with that. Any other question? I think I have answered the question.
Yes, sir. There are a couple of questions. Just a minute, sir. Uh,
So
what
they
are
are
the security and privacy concern while using LLMs?
okay. This is also a good question. Now, when we do use security, and so there are certain guardrail technique. Okay. So another is video guardrail. Nemo guardrail. There is Nemo guardrail. This is a Nemo guardrail. They have come up with a approach which works for all. Nemo guardrail. Okay. So that way it handles lot many security. It gives a different layer, a layer of security in terms of using LLM, and it works. It is compatible with the lang chain, lang graph, and uh, these all things they provide. Okay, so this is one way that NVIDIA has come up with Nemo guardrail, and even it package under the NIM microservice and Hugging Face covers content safety topic control and jailbreak. So by using such type of tools, you can you can control significantly the has what do you say risk of a LLMs. So this is one. Another, see, this is the case. Okay, compliance, and if you go through this, okay, this will give you a fair idea, and you can do little bit of research on top of it also. Another thing is that you can do it with that Google that we have mentioned, Google Vertex AI. There is what is that section? I can show you that Google also is doing in its own way. Uh, Another aspect already I mentioned with RAG-based systems, you can control significant threat, and with the help of the API-based, authentication on other logging, RBAC role-based access control, all this will handle significantly security threat, just like any software or any database. It doesn't get hacked. Why? How we are doing? We are ensuring that we can put that similar level of control in case of LLM also. Okay, just like we have to think that it's an API, it's a machine running, and outer shell you have to control as it is for the current system. Okay, with the help of API we can control them. That is one, and I was trying to show you another thing that is also done in Google Vertex AI. So they are having some control mechanism responsible as part of responsible AI. They have come up with certain steps where we can consider that restrict some abusement and instructor and safety. Okay, with the help of instructor and safety features, say they are restricting certain abuse and instructor and safety features. Okay,
Sir, you are not audible. Hello, sir. You are not audible, sir.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I am again and again getting out. I will share what I was telling. I don't know where I got disconnected. So I was talking about the Nemo guardrail, whether that you got Nemo guardrail. Sir, sir, have you, sir or madam, have you got that Nemo guardrail, NVIDIA Nemo guardrail?
I think the question was asked by Navneet Kaur.
So one is the Nemo. No, no, you can unmute also them if they want to. So NVIDIA Nemo guardrail is one of the mechanism that you can control that uh, safety and other aspects of hazardous use. Okay, so that you can do.
Sir, you are not. Uh, you are in mute.
Okay.
Mm.
So what I was telling that Nemo guardrail is a mechanism through which you can control hazardous jailbreak, PII detection. If say somebody has by mistake has put in has added an account number or put any sensitive information and that is not supposed to be passed to the person or the whom he is chatting basically to the chatbot. Okay, it's not supposed to be processed by the chatbot because those chat history can be stored and that can be curated by many people and those safety is quite important. So Nemo guardrail can allow us to do a very strict monitoring of the text that what is going through from inside to out or outside to in both the way bidirectional. So that is one way. Another is the safety features and responsible AI feature of Google. So Google has its own safety and content filtering feature. Okay, so there you can configure those parameters of severity, probability, and this parameter against this one. So these are the range that we can give the probability and severity, and you can control in the response. So this is a prompt and this is how we pass basically in the code. So here we mention that safety settings and you pass it to in the client when you generate content, there you pass safety settings. By that way, you can control significantly the hazardous or some PII information leakage and hateful text or harsh text or dangerous content those are controlled. Okay, and apart from this, any software goes through a RBAC system, okay, or encryption mechanism. So since this is also a part of a service and software, okay, so overall outer shell of the software you can always control by the existing mechanism. So it becomes only an API to hit the database and get the result for you. So it follow the same restriction, same strictness. We can go and deploy with it. Same security. We can go and deploy with that. Okay. Any question?
Is there any other question? If you are having any question, you may raise your hand or can write in chat.
Oh, Navneet has got it. So
Okay, sir. Don't think there is any other question. So
okay,
you may continue with your presentation.
okay. So as I was telling that, there are many things are coming up. Okay, if you go into more deep dive, I can go. So Vertex AI agent building. Agent building is again another toolkit. And here, as I was telling that a agent ADK is an open source framework, just like LangChain, which is for generic purpose, and yeah, it can go in quite industrial application is also possible. Here with a ADK, it is very good for enterprise level purpose of deployment. And it comes with a set of things, and this is not very close. GCP can be used along with this, no doubt, and they are quite comfortable with them. But you can use other services also, say, because since it is open source, you can connect with AWS or Azure also, with Vertex AI agent building kit. Okay, so that flexibility it gives, and it's a full stack, full stack and secure foundations for the development of the agent lifecycle. So this is an advanced level of LLM, and it also can connect with the Vertex AI agent engine altogether. So there are different aspects. Okay. Uh, no, I am not mute.
No, sir is not in mute.
Okay. So
Yes, sir, you may continue.
okay. So what happens? So there is also like Vertex AI agent engine where you can deploy your own agent inside there. Okay, they are coming up with agent space. So this is one of the view that gives us a quite why it is enterprise ready. And I am telling, but there shall be some basis, correct? On what basis I am telling? Because LangChain is significantly, it has done, no doubt, it has its own capability and it has a showcase a lot many things. But in somewhere I found that because of this version and other things, it is little bit shaky in that way. But because many of the functions is no more working, and you have to change to uh, LangChain Classic or something, then again you can get, or this is a continuous problem with the LangChain that I have experienced throughout. Many of the times the old thing doesn't work. A little old things also doesn't work. The memory features currently not working. The multi multi-vector retrieval is not working. So those are quite important features, but not working suddenly. Okay, so that becomes little bit weird. Their management or how they are managing these all libraries becomes very much, unreliable to some extent. That is the only word that is coming to my mind. But in case of this, at least we can trust Google. Google's just like we have trust sklearn, TensorFlow. So these all things, and they also allow others to integrate. That is the good things that they consider. Like Keras, they have adapted, and TensorFlow and Keras has come up with a good show altogether. uh, so that's where I feel that ADK we shall all start adapting and learning, and because it is having significant amount of feature which is required for enterprise level solution. For example, runtime, observability, session, memory bank, and these are really required. If we do not use this, we have to custom build this solution. Okay. So we have to custom build these solutions with other database, and again, where the development time may be little bit slight increased because of that, and you have to manage separately those resources. So this becomes a very well place to manage centrally. And if we, if you, if I tell about what is a session management, this is quite important in LLM, okay, because there's a conversational aspect is coming to it, and a software aspect is coming to it. So earlier we have discussed with algorithmic aspect, but LLM doesn't stop there. LLM also we need to give a shape as a software, and when he gave it a shape as a software, then there's a session, event, state, memory, and these all things that comes into the place. And this is where even the lang graph also comes, and even lang graph is having also different things like runtime, caching, and checkpoints, function API. So these all things are there in LangChain also. And definitely, and here also you can see that they have multi-agent collaboration with Swarm. Okay, they are telling that they will be, see, Swarm has not been updated to LangChain V1 yet. So this is the problem. I often, when we go deep dive and explore something, many of the things happens in this way. Here it is deprecated. Suddenly, so this is my frustration with LangChain to some extent. Uh, but this thing I felt that it is quite good in terms of Google SDK. Where I went, okay. Here. So ADK provides really some advantage of doing so, and this memory bank is quite interesting, and this came up this year itself. This feature, and it is under PAG offering terms. And they have a very strong roadmap. What as an independent reviewer, what I will say that they are having a really a strong roadmap to consider and use this type of tool, and provide all the facility closely coupled. Why I say that many of the time that GCP and Google are the owner of this SDK also, and they are building models also. They are infrastructure owner. They are both. But whenever it comes to the LangChain and its community, they are not infrastructure owner. They are only owner of the software part. They have to rely on either GCP or Azure or AWS. Okay, there comes some problem sometime. Okay. Uh, so that is where they have to build it for all like that way. Here they already get a playground with closely coupled with Google projects, Google location. So they build it for them first, and then they build for other. Okay, that gives an extra edge. When we build an enterprise level solution, these all things are quite important. Okay. So you can try out one of the quickly Vertex AI agent engine. and start building one agent. Uh, Very simple. The search engine that it can be, it is having its own vector search. Okay, so you can use that, and that way the performance and other stuff is also quite good. Now, whenever you will start doing that, then you will come up with some or the other limitation. And as part of engineering, that is always a normal thing, that we will come across limitation. But again, there are means to overcome them by different ways. Okay. So memory bank is also good, that how long you want to store the conversation history, that also it can be managed. Here you can see this is how the memory is working. So this is can be a source, the event session, and then the memory extractions, and then raw memory, and then it is getting stored in this memory store. Now, this is an important aspect when you say conversation agent, that time, say how long you shall store information for a person when when the same person is coming and starting the conversation from some point. Okay, if the agent knows about the person, that person, then it is very nice to provide a zero shot learning, or give certain recommendation at right away by understanding the situation without even asking. Okay, so such type of intuition is only possible if the memory of conversation or the pattern of the conversation is stored. Okay, so that is a thing. Mm. Have many other seniors or the students often, I receive some of the frequent questions that I receive, that what is happening with the other ML technique. Okay, I haven't received this question here, but that is a very a common question that I often received from many folks. Okay, that I now we are into the Gen AI boom, or somebody tell it as an AI boom itself. Okay, or somebody has a tendency to map AI and Gen AI as the same, but now I'd like to correct it that Gen AI is a subpart of AI, just like ML is a subpart of AI. So within a larger umbrella, Gen AI is one part of it. Okay, within deep learning, there is a generative approach, and that is the Gen AI, generative AI. Okay, and even there are such some level of probabilistic ML model can be told as a generative modeling, okay, technique, just like forecasting, for example, which can be generative in nature. Forecasting, I am sequencing what is not known, I am trying to generate something new, generate additional sequence, so new sequence. So similarly, so this is a deep learning. Obviously, deep learning and depends on the larger network it has come up, and the models and other stuffs are quite large altogether. Hmm. So these all different combinations are there. Yeah, another thing, if you want to try, is the Crew AI. Crew AI is easy to go, very fast to learn or something. Okay, that is another way to start with. If somebody want to start, and start with some agent, very basic agent. LangChain is one, but LangChain, LangGraph, and then Crew AI, and then Gemini Vertex AI. These are the framework that I would recommend that one shall obviously go and model. They can try out different models. Okay, that Cloudy, Anthropic, Mistral. There are different models that can be tried up. So another is library is a VLLM that you can try. VLLM also provide uh, to run locally on your system. So VLLM is a virtual large language model. Okay, so it also runs on both
Sir, you are on mute. You are, your voice is not coming.
Okay, sorry. Again, I got some issue. So what I was explaining about this one, PLLM, just like Olama, there is another software or which provide facility to run the LLM models and download the LLM models and run from local machine or host it locally. Okay, so this is the VLLM. Mm. So VLLM is a little bit much more optimal, but again, it also rely on GPU and or else it will be slow. They rely on GPU for optimal performance. Without GPU, process can be slow and inefficient. And that is what I faced with Olama. So similar, but they have done little bit memory efficient way they have done something. Okay. They're a little bit faster and less memory and less GPU that cut down the hardware cost. So it is a little bit efficient. Okay. So in terms of this. So this you can try. Another important thing that I missed, that is the evaluation part. That when you do a evaluation, how we can do evaluation of LLM models. Okay, so evaluation of LLM models, mm, best way what I feel that it is a human. According to me, that is the best way to check that the response is how good. That is a manual way, and that is based on the domain expert. Uh, but there are other metrics also. There are certain metrics that can be used. We generally we do this. We create a LLM judge sort of, okay, and then we also try to compare with the other LLMs, that how it is performing, comparing one LLM with another LLM. So that is again another approach that we often do. Um, Here also you will find that model 1 and model 2, and we do a comparison, and then one is a generator, another is evaluator, and we try to see that which one is performing better or up to the mark of the other or not. Because why you need to do compare one with another? Because one may be an expensive model. okay, which may be cost heavy. And the other model is little bit less expensive model. So I have to compare that if my less expensive model is also fulfilling my purpose or not. Okay, so that is the thought process that we can take into consideration when we do an evaluation. Okay, so and then we come up with a rank. So this metrics and other metrics are there are other metrics also that we consider like rock score, a blue score, hmm, blue score and rock score for LLM evaluation. But not always all are used. See, this is quite important in certain type of technique. This certain type of LLM, or even it was quite popular in the days of NLP. In NLP also we used to use this technique, and even it has further moved into LLM also. We can use to some extent. We can use them. Okay, raw score. Another is a relevancy score. There is a relevancy score and similarity the uh, between the truth and expected truth. Okay, that is again another way we can understand that how much good the response is. Just like this one, they have a reference and a candidate, and then they are trying to compare between the two. And the blue score is coming this, and ROG for one is now, and if one score is 0.91, and this one. But see, this is only possible if we compare this one. Now the challenge becomes the structure, the unstructured, how you compare an image. I have generated an image. I have generated an ear diagram. So that becomes a challenge. How can that be compared efficiently by these metrics? Okay. So to some extent, similarity metrics can work, but they are really not not structured it in that way. How to validate? So human is the best person to compare to context. That's what I take away throughout all different mechanism of evaluation. Okay, so basically I have covered all the things, I think so, from LLM to LLM's architectures. To do a quick recap of what has been covered. Hmm. So we have started with a journey of the LLM architecture and how it has went throughout the period of the last, I can say, 10 years, I can say, with NLP and other. This was a journey altogether. And it start even with 2003, so it's almost more than 20 years journey of language models. And over the times, it has evolved quite well. And we have matured, we have covered the architecture, granular part of it. We have covered the aspect of the attention, how it is working, mechanism part, how the data are captured, as part of the pre-training, what are the data on which, how it has been trained. So there are ethical compliances also that we have mentioned, that this data, where from I stored, whether I have taken a proper permission from the folks who is the owner of the data or not. So all those aspects we have covered. We have covered about the different tools and techniques, and what are the different types of problems that we can solve. It is not to solve everything. So LLM is not to be solved by everything, but the way we are interacting with the software is changing. It's making much more uh, uh, ad- hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible.
hello.
Hello. You are audible, sir.
Okay, I hope I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So throughout the times, its application and all those things has evolved. Okay, and we have also covered about its challenges, and we have done little bits of rag mechanism. We have seen that how it works, and we and I've also told that that generation that is happening, with the flaws with the model that I have explained, I have shown. Okay, the ethical aspect also we have covered, and we have tried the different platform also, like PyCons and a FAS. I have shown that, so that also we have worked on. And just like I am anticipating everybody knows about the OpenAI playground. So I try to show something different, something others also, which people may not have come across uh, very often. Okay, so that's it. What I can say. Okay, see, this is blue is a quite old, as I was telling. Blue is there with the NLTK, and it was there in the NLP era also. It was there, but not sure how well it can manage this unstructured generation of data. It is okay for small, but for large computation, large type of different variety of problem, that becomes again a challenge. How we can compare two code? If there is two code, how those two code can be compared with blue score? No, correct. For that way, we have to go with sonar cube or something, or we have to do a proper testing, automated testing, or we have to do a manual testing. Then only we can understand that the code that has been generated really add values or not. Or we have to do a performance testing also. So it is not limited to this type of score only. It is beyond that. That's what I want to mean. Okay. So I hope the session was good enough, and people have come to know uh, about LLM and this practical implementation of it. Okay, and uh, session was almost 3 hours. Now we are covering from.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the in for this is very informative and very enriching session. So I would like to ask the participant if they have any question. They can write in the chat box or can raise their hand. If you have any question, then you can unmute yourself and can ask.
And if you have any questions, you might be thinking that this is a new things that has come up, and might be you may come across later also some questions. You may come up, okay, and reach out to me also. I am sharing my LinkedIn, uh, and you can reach out to me if you have any specific questions, and you may feel that you will do some research, and then you may come up. You can feel free to reach out to me. No. Based on my time, I will respond. It will take some time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this enriching and enlightening session. And thank you very much for your support and for time that you have given for this session. From the whole organizing team, I thank you and good night.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Participant, you just wait for 2 minutes. We will be starting our valedictory session in 2 minutes, and there are some announcements regarding the examination that I will do after the valedictory session.